We are live.
Oh, okay, this is exciting. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome. I'm Tom. I work at Myers Valencia as an English teacher, and today I'm joined here by the lovely Kaylin.
Lovely.
Say
Hi,
hello, Kaylin.
guys.
Welcome to our
Welcome.
focus. Today we're looking at Focus 8 to 10, Career Day. So we'll be talking about jobs and workplace language. So let's
Excellent.
have a look. Let's jump in together.
Yeah.
Okay. Kaylin, do you want to read for me?
Yeah, of course. Let's see. Career day. In this focus activity, describing where, oh, sorry, no, describing your job, workplace language, and for and since.
Lovely,
Oh,
very nice.
I
Make
already
sure
have
you say
one here.
hello. Good. Hi, David. Welcome to the stream. Please do say hello if you're there so we can know who we're talking to. Ah, okay. Franca, nice to see you. Good to have you with us. Cool. Okay, to start with, I'll tell you a bit about my work history. Okay, so I'm a teacher, obviously, an English teacher. I used to be a social media manager. So I used to write social media for a property company. I didn't like it very much, but I used to be a social media manager. What did you used to be, Kaylin?
I used to be an outdoor instructor teaching kayaking, sailing, windsurfing. So
That's a
yeah.
lot more. That's a lot more exciting than my job. Writing tweets, my old job. Good. I worked in radio for 5 years. Okay, I worked in radio for 5 years. So I interviewed celebrities and pop stars and spoke to them about their terrible pop singles and music singles, and did that sort of thing. So that was 5 years. Here we use for to discuss a duration of time. Okay, so I worked in radio for 5 years. And I've been at my English school since December. Okay, since December 2019. So here we use since to talk about one point in time. Okay, I've worked
Okay.
at my English school since December. What about you, Kaylin?
Wow, I've been working at my English school since December as well. But I was working as an outdoor instructor like for maybe 6 years. I was working there for 6 years. Oh, look, we have some people commenting below. Hello, I'm going to make an attempt at this. Finzia, lovely from Bologna.
Oh,
All
I like
right,
that picture. That's a nice picture.
it is, isn't it? And we also
Hello.
have Giovanni. Hi, Giovanni from Milan. Wow.
Welcome, welcome. Okay.
Let us know in the comments where you're from and what jobs you do. What are your jobs?
Good. Okay, while everyone is joining us, we have a little quiz to start off. I apologize if it's noisy here outside my windows. Everyone is doing the applause and setting off a few fireworks somehow. So I apologize if it's quiet. Nice. Okay, so first question is, in the EU, roughly, which means around, what percentage of employees are women? So we have A, 48%, B, 46%, and C, 33%. What do you
Wow.
think, Kaylin? I'm sure you don't know this one off by heart. What do you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. Um,
This is difficult. Those
yeah,
numbers are close together.
yeah. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. What you think the answer is.
Okay, Anna thinks A.
Oh, we have Anna from Nepal. Lovely.
Francesca
Is it
thinks.
Naples or Nepal?
Ooh,
I never said it right.
we have a lot of answers. Let's see. So we have B. It's 46%. Okay, in the EU, 46%.
Oh, nice.
Okay. What is the average retirement age in Europe?
Ooh, another hard one. I think the average retirement age in Europe. I think it's 60.
Yeah,
Not sure.
I reckon 65. I think 65. In the UK, I believe it's 65.
Hmm.
What do you guys think? Do you agree with me or Kaylin? I think it's B, 65.
No, I think it's A. I
Okay,
could be wrong.
let's have a look. Let's have a look. B, okay.
A lot of B's. They're going with you on this.
Yeah.
Hello, Francesco or Francesca. Francesca.
B. B is correct. 65 is the average retirement age. Okay,
No.
next. How many times will the average American change their jobs in their lifetime? So we have A, 2 to 4 times, B, 4 to 6 times, C, 5 to 7 times. Well,
Definitely 5 to 7.
I'm not American, but I've changed my jobs, at least 4 or 5 times, I think. So I reckon 5 is quite a good average. What do you think? Do you agree? C, 5 to 7?
We still have some answers coming in for the second one, actually. Oh,
It must be 5 to 7. Especially now, people change their jobs a lot more in their 20s, I think. Shall we have a look at the answer?
maybe just wait a sec, see what other people are saying. Because it's a little bit slow. There's a bit of a delay.
Maybe we are unusual and we change jobs more than other people.
Well, I know I've definitely changed my job at least 7 times.
Mm.
At least. But
It
then again, I
depends if
like
you,
to change.
it depends if you count those jobs you have when you're 16, 17, 18. I used to work
Yeah.
in a garden center, and I used to carry like tools and compost for little old ladies to their car at the garden center.
Barely. No, I used to work like in my hometown. Everyone always said that I've worked everywhere in my hometown because I worked in a Chinese restaurant as a delivery driver. I did that for like 2 years. I also worked in a milk factory. I worked in the local petrol station, and this is all at the.
Oh my God.
I was working 3 jobs at once.
Uh, I worked in a garden center. I worked in a student union bar at my university where we sold a drink that was called Nasty. It was made of beer and cider and blackcurrant, but it was called Nasty, like the official name, Pints of Nasty. And it wasn't a very nice bar. And
Doesn't sound like a nice
I
trip.
wasn't very good behind the bar, to be honest. Okay.
No. We have an answer here.
Okay.
C from Cinzia. Nice.
Should we have a look?
Okay. Yeah, let's have a look. What's the answer?
Oh,
I, I,
5 to
I
7.
yes.
Okay, we're all right. 5 to 7. Nice. Okay, one more
Nice.
on
Good
here.
job, Cinzia.
Yeah. What percentage of the employed European workforce is under 25 years old? We have
Ooh.
A, 25% to 30%, B, 15% to 20%, and C, 35% to 40%. What do you
I
think?
think this is the European workforce.
Yeah.
Uh, ooh.
I think it's lower than I think.
Hmm. Hard to know. Hard to know. There was someone saying, "I'm
Oh,
the inside. I'm the inside statistic." Apparently.
that's true. That's true.
Nice, nice, Francesca.
15 to 20%.
Yeah, yeah. Cynthia is saying 15 to 20. Francesca's also saying 15 to 20. Wow. I kind of have to agree. I know in America it's much higher because students are, or it's a little bit higher because students tend to have to like pay off a lot of debt for college, I'm pretty sure.
That's true.
But I know it's quite low in Ireland.
David is saying my drinks from university sounds horrible. It was kind of horrible, I'm not going to lie. It was cheap as well. It was about £1 for a pint, although that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look at the answer.
think everyone's kind of.
Ooh,
Oh, I didn't see that
okay.
coming.
Yeah,
25%
okay.
already. That
That's
must
quite
be, yeah. That I think that must be just all the newly graduates then, like just
yeah,
finished college, getting into jobs.
it's a
You
high
know.
percentage. Interesting. I didn't think that
Hmm.
would be the case. Okay, right. Some questions. Galen, do you want to give us a read of some of these?
I can, of course. Okay, so discussing jobs. What are some jobs that you think would be fun to do? Which jobs would you never do? If you could own your own business, what would it be? If you had to choose between a satisfying job that didn't pay a lot and a well-paid job, not a well-paid but satisfying, unsatisfying one, which would you choose? Hmm.
Well, so what are some
Ooh.
jobs you think would be fun to do? Let's have that first.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would like to maybe work for a magazine or a comic book company. Publishing, that would be fun.
In publishing. It's interesting.
Yeah. Superheroes. I like superheroes. That would be
I
nice.
I think I'd like I'd love to be a movie director or a
Ah,
screenwriter. I would have loved to have done something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, oh, big time.
Working on a film set, maybe.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Well, storylines. I find myself to be quite the storyteller.
Storyteller. You do tell a good story, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
What
thank you
else
very
would I
much.
like to do?
Let us know in the comments, guys. Don't forget you can type things in there. Let us know
Yeah.
what some
What
jobs
job
you'd
do you
like.
think? Yeah. What about jobs you would never do, Kaylin? What do you think?
Oh, a job I'd never do. I know there's a job I'd never do again, and that's working in a milk factory.
What did you do in the milk factory?
I made plastic bottles, like
Oh,
these, except for milk.
wow.
You know the milk carton?
Yeah.
I used to make those on a conveyor belt.
Does that
I
job still exist?
yeah, 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 big time.
It's not a machine.
Um, there's like we operate.
Ah, okay.
I'd have to like cut plastic, take out all the bottles, put them on the conveyor, and make sure that they were like the right way so that the conveyor belt could do its job.
Yeah.
Because apparently technology fails if something is even just a slight bit off.
Mm,
So every now and
God.
again, this alarm would go off, and I'd go down and check, and there'd be a milk bottle like upside down in the conveyor, and like the entire system would have shut down just because of one bottle.
God. That sounds very exciting as a job. I'm not gonna lie. I think for me, I would hate to work in like a financial job. I know the money would be really good, but I'd be so bored. If my job was just spreadsheets and office work, I wouldn't like that. I'd be very bad at it as well.
Yeah.
Me and numbers is not good.
Oh, we have Francesca adding to the comments. It's funny to be a holiday entertainer in Maldives. You know what? I've always wanted to do that because I taught outdoor education for a long time, and I always wanted to go to the Maldives and do the resort entertaining stuff, except doing kayaking and surfing and stuff. So, Francesca, let me know what that was like for you.
Yeah, and remember as well, Francesca, here we would say it's fun to be an holiday resort entertainer. Unless funny is when we laugh, ha ha ha, and fun is something we enjoy. So maybe it's both funny and fun.
Yeah, I
It
thought she
probably
meant
is
funny.
to be an entertainer. Could be both. Probably
Yeah,
fun and funny.
because
I would be bad at that. I would be very bad.
she could be talking about being a magician or a comedian.
Yeah. Oh, I
Let us
wanted to be
know.
a magician when I was young. I
Really?
I used to learn magic tricks, and I had a little magic wand to like practice, but I wasn't very good. It was
I
when
still
I
learn
was
magic.
8. Mm, okay.
I'm always messing around with these cards, just as a hobby.
I like that. Do that again. That was cool.
Hold
I
on,
can't do that.
that's
That's nice.
ah,
Okay.
hard to do on
Caleb,
camera.
If you could be your own business, what would you be? What would the Calum brand be? Oh, he's paused for a minute. I think for me, I
All
would
right.
be. Are you back? Oh,
Yeah, yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
What would be your brand, your business?
You know, I don't actually know. I'd love to teach. I'd love to own my own kayaking school for people of all different nationalities to come and learn English while kayaking. I think that'd be really cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, like a language exchange on a kayak or a yacht or a boat or something.
Mm.
Nice. Ooh. We
Ooh.
have Francesca says she would never want to be a lawyer. She would never become. I think I'll never become a lawyer. Yeah, I agree with you. This is the same reason as me. I think it would be a lot of office work. But with lawyer, also you'd have to be good at arguing, and I'm not very good at arguing either. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm really bad at that.
Mm.
I always lose arguments.
I do as well. I'm not good. Oh, Thinzia says she would never want to be a doctor or a vet. Why would you never want to be a doctor or a vet? Is it because you have to look after poorly people, sick people, or sick animals? That would make me sad, I think, to look after poorly animals, especially if they were injured, very badly injured. I wouldn't like that. I would like to work with animals, though. Maybe I would be a dog walker.
A dog walker.
I mean,
Nice.
I'd have to have a lot of dogs to make my money, but being a dog walker would be nice. A dog daycare.
I know a couple of people that do that, and it's they love it. I'd just be too afraid that the dogs would like
Run
kill each
away.
other.
My friend runs one. He's got a company called the Doggy Daddy, and he looks after all these dogs in his local area. And I think he has quite a nice life. But yeah, I'd be scared always that they would run away.
Yeah, because you're responsible. It's the same with the doctor and the vet, isn't it?
Responsibility.
Mm.
I think my business would be to take English learning out on the road and go to lots of different places and cities, so you can travel, and you can also teach workshops in English.
You can see you doing something like the what do you call them? The mobile homes, not the mobile homes, the like a caravan kind of.
Yeah, I would need my own van. That would be good.
English teaching on wheels.
Well, Cynthia says she doesn't want to see suffering people or animals. I agree. Yeah, I think it would be difficult to see that every day. But I suppose they are trained for that, but it would still be quite difficult to cope with, I think.
I think there's a certain point that you get to when you're seeing a lot of suffering that you kind of, I don't know, I feel like some people, they just shut off, like turn off. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes they have less emotion because they have to see it every day.
Yeah.
Not always, though. My friend is a paramedic, so he is a person who is in the ambulance and is the first person to see someone who is injured or ill. And he's a very warm person, very kind, and you have to be like that if you're the first person at an emergency, I think.
Yeah.
So, but still, yeah, very difficult. Oh, David says he wants to be a yoga teacher.
I'd like to be a yoga teacher.
Yeah. You have to be very fit for that. I don't think I would be able to do that.
I know a friend of mine actually went to Bali to become a yoga teacher, and she said it was one of the best experiences of her life. She loved it. And she teaches yoga now as like a side gig, but like it's amazing apparently.
Oh, nice. Oh, Cynthia wants to have a small vegetarian restaurant. Ooh, that does sound nice. One of my favorite restaurants in Valencia is a vegetarian Chinese restaurant. I've been there quite a few times. It's very lovely. I'd like that. I used to want to be a chef when I was younger. So I would have liked that.
I think when she says that, she's talking about the question number 4, is it? If you had to choose between a satisfying job that didn't pay a lot and a well-paid but unsatisfying one.
Maybe just say 4. I think, Cynthia, do you mean for number 3, if you could own your own business? A small vegetarian restaurant? I would enjoy that as well, definitely.
Francesca, if I have a lot of money and more younger, I improve my business as a globetrotter. Okay, there's a lot in. If I have, in this case, you would say if I had, it possibly would be better. What do you think?
Yeah, here, if I had a lot of money, I would improve my business as a globetrotter. We need to use the conditional here because it's hypothetical, okay? It's imaginary, if I had a lot of money. Same for me, if I had a lot of money, I would open a restaurant, maybe.
What conditional would you say that is? Because they're numbered, aren't they?
The second conditional, I think. If I had a lot of money and I would improve my business as a globetrotter. I like that word, globetrotter.
What does it mean?
It means someone who travels all the time. They go from city to city and see lots of different places. So they can see the world. Okay. Let's look at question 4. If you had to choose between a satisfying job that didn't pay a lot and a well-paid but unsatisfying one, which would you choose? For me, definitely a satisfying job. Ooh, yeah. Cynthia agrees with me. Yeah, definitely a satisfying job. I have had jobs that I really didn't like, and I was quite sad working there. And I didn't stay for too long. It's much nicer to be comfortable going into work every day and enjoying your job than being paid a lot of money and not liking it. Yeah. What about you, Kevin? Are you the same, or would you want the money?
I think I obviously prefer a satisfying job over a well-paid, unsatisfying one. But I find a lot of people get into jobs just for the money, and I can understand it because people do need money, and that's how we do all the things that we love. But we spend a lot of time at work, and I feel you should enjoy the work you do, you know?
Definitely.
My take on it.
Good. Oh, Francesca says she's a photographer and graphic designer. That's very interesting. Nice. I wish I could take better photos and be a photographer. Definitely. Nice. Let's have a look here.
And that's a great use of the second conditional, Francesca. Good job. Well done.
Very nice. Yeah, Francesca agrees. She's choosing a satisfying job. I think that's good. Definitely.
Yeah.
It depends how little money. We all need some money. But yes. as long as you can live and be happy, I think a satisfying job is much better.
I feel there is jobs out there that you can find the happy medium, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Have you had a job before, Kaelan, where you did get paid well, but you hated it?
Yeah, that milk, the milk factory.
Milk factory, my God.
The milk factory paid me like 15 euros an hour.
Yeah.
But I hated every second of it. It was so bad.
Was it because it was boring, mostly? Because
it wasn't even that it was boring. Like when I'd go in the morning, I'd have to like strip down and put on like almost like scrubs, but it was like the work uniform that was washed for me. I wasn't allowed to wash it myself.
Oh God.
And then I had to wear like a face mask, the hair nets. We weren't allowed our phones, which makes sense because you're dealing with health and safety and stuff. I had to wear gloves, and then the knife that I used for cutting the packaging, that was also provided. So it was just like really tedious. And
you have a beard then? Are you allowed to have your beard?
I had to wear like a beard thing.
A beard net.
I had to wear one of these beard nets. And I just stood at a machine all day cutting packages and putting them on. I didn't get to talk to anybody much. Um, so yeah, it
Definitely.
was very.
My
Sorry.
social media job was for me, was very boring. I
Yeah,
didn't enjoy it. I think it's nice to have some more money, but it wasn't very interesting to do the same thing every day in an office.
exactly.
I like that my job now, I get to talk to a lot of different people all the time.
Get to meet
But
different people, chat to them, watch them improve their language. It's amazing, right?
yeah, exactly. Oh, Francesca says there's a problem with her H, but now that's why she said photographer, not photographer.
Ah, okay.
That's fine. It's all right. We understood what you meant. Not to worry.
Don't
Okay,
worry,
let's have a look
I'm
here.
just really bad at typing.
Yeah. Now we're going to look at play on words. Here, I want to have a look at these words here, these base words. So we have apply, employ, manage, and work, and see what other words we can create from these words. So,
Hmm.
Kayla, let's challenge you. What words can you create from the word apply?
Apply. Application.
Good. Yeah, nice. What's an application for people who
Isn't
don't know?
this when an application for a job? For
Yeah.
example, you apply for a job. Your resume, curriculum vitae, you fill that out, and that's when you hand that in. That's you applying for a job. So it's an application.
Apply is the verb. Application's the noun for what you give to your future job, maybe. What about employ? What other words can we think of? Please do
Uh,
write in the comments if you can think of words for any of these. We will reveal some in a minute, but for now, employ we
with
can
employing as a
employ.
verb.
Well, nouns you can have employee, which is someone who
Oh,
works for someone else, maybe. And
oh.
who does an employee work for? That's a clue. Who does an employee work for? Let us know if you can think of any. What about manage? Management, maybe?
Management. Wouldn't that be the same as the word you were looking for? Not employee. What's the other one?
Employer. Employer is the person who is in charge of a company, usually. And they are also called the management or the manager.
Okay.
Okay, so we reveal for apply, we have applicant and application. So an applicant is the person who is applying. So if I want a new job, I will send in an application, and that makes me an applicant. Okay. What about for
Hmm.
employ?
Just adding these up here.
Nice, good. Oh, we've got some in here. So employ, we've got employer. Nice, good, well done. Let's have a
Nice.
look at these. Okay. So
Well
for
done.
employ, we have employment, employee, employer is also good, Francesca, well done, and unemployable. Hmm.
We also have employed.
Yeah, employed, good. I am
Nice.
employed by my English school. Nice. What do we think unemployable means? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Unemployable.
Hmm. Good or a bad thing?
Well, usually the on is the negative, isn't it? It's
Yeah. So unemployable is someone who will not be good for a job, or maybe any job. So hopefully none of us are unemployable. Let's have a look at manage.
how would you become unemployable though? Like, does it
Um,
just happen overnight or?
Maybe if you have had several jobs that ended badly, and
Yeah.
you were fired or sacked, which are both words that mean you are asked to leave the job. Fired and sacked. So if you are sacked or fired several times, maybe, and if your personality is perhaps rude, or if you're not very intelligent, those things could all make you unemployable, I would say. Not
Nice.
many people are unemployable, I don't think. Okay, on manage, we have mismanage, manager, and unmanageable. Okay. Mismanage, what do you think this means, Galen?
I've actually, I'm trying to think in my head where I've heard this because it's not a word that I've used before. Mismanage. I have a
Mm.
feeling it means that you are un. Is it the same as unmanageable?
It's different. Mismanage is where, for example, if an employer mismanages a situation, it means that they make the wrong decisions, and so they make it so it gets worse. Okay? If you mismanage a person, it means you're not doing the right thing to help them be a really good employee. Mismanage.
Okay.
Whereas unmanageable, so mismanage is something the employer or the management does. Unmanageable is something to do with the person being employed. For example, if you were unmanageable, it would mean that your boss couldn't get you to do what he wants, what he or she wants. Good. Yeah, unemployable, Francesca, not suitable. That's good. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's have a look at work. Okay, for this, we have rework, overworked, and workplace. Overworked is a good one.
I've definitely been overworked.
Yeah, overworked. When you are working too much, okay? Maybe your
Yeah.
boss makes you work long hours or gives you too many difficult projects. You might say you're overworked or stressed, maybe. Good.
I
Oh,
worked
Dave.
in a job. Oh, what's David saying? Unemployable.
Mm, yes, good.
That's,
And
that's that
rework. What do you think rework means? This is not a common word, I don't think.
rework.
Rework. Yeah.
I think if I was to hear it, I think that it's when you do something like the same job again, like in the exact same way.
For
That's
example,
usually what re means.
I create a presentation for my boss and I show it to him, and he says it's not very good. You need to rework it. You need to do it again. Maybe. That's usually what it means. Okay.
In my workplace, before my ES, when I worked in the outdoors, we were overworked all the time.
Mm,
Oh, all the time. We were supposed to work maybe 10 hours a day. We'd work 14.
mm.
We were tired, really tired.
It's not good to be overworked because it makes people not very happy. Or in a very British word, it makes them grumpy. And grumpy employees are not good. But yeah,
No, it's never good to have grumpy people in the workplace.
no, exactly. Okay, let's put some of these words to use. So we have some questions here. So the first one, have you ever trained any new something? And number two, in your opinion, have there been any recent situations that have been blank? Number three, is your company accepting something for new somethings? Four, have you ever felt, what did you do? And five, what would make an for your type of job? So which of these words can we put here?
Loving those ms.
Meh,
Mm-mm.
meh. I was trying to think of a noise. Francesca,
Easy.
rework the essay. Good, yeah, good use of that. Yeah. So you might hand in an essay to your teacher to check. She might say, oh, it's good, but you need to change this, this, this. You need to rework it.
Yeah,
Okay.
very good. The I'm
What
trying
do you
to
think? Are you trying to work
for
it?
yeah, I'm trying to work these out. and kind of hoping we get a bit of help from our guys watching. So let us know by writing down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which answers you think should go in those slots.
Have you ever trained any new something? So we're looking for a noun.
Have you ever trained anyone?
Yeah, I have. I used to look after the interns at a radio station when they would come in.
Really?
Yeah, the young
What was that
ones.
like?
It was good. They're always very excitable. It's better when they are with you for maybe a month or a longer period because they are excited to learn. Sometimes we have work experience, which is when you are in school, you're maybe 16 and you go somewhere for a week. You go to a company for a week, and sometimes they were very excited because they were in a radio station and there were lots of pop bands around, and sometimes they were there because they were forced to go there, maybe by their parents. So they weren't as fun to work with because they weren't motivated. They just were there.
Yeah, I've dealt with those.
Okay, we have 2 answers. So employees, let's have a look.
Employees. Have you ever trained any new
Nice.
employee? Yes. Nice.
Nice. So 2 we've got. In your opinion, have there been any recent situations that have been something? Okay.
We have one answer here from Francesca,
Yeah.
which is mismanaged.
Yeah, I
In your
agree.
opinion,
Shall we have a look?
in your opinion, have there been any recent situations that have been mismanaged?
Yeah, that sounds right to
That
me.
sounds right. Yeah.
Good, nice.
Yeah, nice. Good job. Well done. Zinzia and Francesca are on it.
Okay. Is your company accepting something for new something? What do we think here? I think applications for the first one.
And I think employees for the second. I think. In your company, is your company accepting applications?
For new employees. Good. So we have employees twice.
Could we say something else there?
Applications for new managers, maybe?
Yeah.
The company might be looking for managers. Definitely. 4, have you ever felt something? Oh, this one's for you, Caitlin, I feel.
Have you ever felt something? What did you do?
We were talking about your old job.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. I felt overworked.
I think it's that.
Overworked. But I also felt unemployable.
At the time. Nice.
And definitely I was unmanageable.
Yeah. So Francesca is correct. You can have managers in this number. Question 3 for the second word. Managers, I think, is good.
Yes. And then Francesca also said for 4, workplace, which is correct. Nice.
No, it was overworked for number 4.
Or sorry, overworked. I read that wrong.
It's about a feeling rather than a noun here.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt overworked in the past? And the last one, what would make an something for your type of job?
This one's a hard one.
This is difficult, I think. Let's have a look together. So we can...
It's because it's 2 of the words together.
Yeah.
Which 2 of those words go together really well?
Let's give the first one. Ooh, okay, this helps. What would make an applicant something for your type of job?
Like that. An applicant unmanageable for your type of job? No.
Yeah, or unemployable, I think. Or unmanageable or unemployable. Let's have a look. Unemployable. Okay, what would make an applicant unemployable? What do you think would make an applicant unemployable for a teaching job, Caitlin?
Unemployable for a teaching job? It depends on what they're teaching. Well, not that it depends, but if they don't know what they're supposed to teach, you know?
Agreed.
Like if
also, you have to like people. You You have to like people to be a teacher.
Yes.
Although I remember a lot of teachers in my school who didn't seem to like children very much when I was 14, 15. A lot of my teachers didn't seem to like being a teacher. So I don't understand. I think some of them might have been unemployable, really, because they weren't good teachers. Okay,
It was the same.
good.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Kaylin, do you want to read for us here?
Oh, of course, Tom. No problem.
I
I just
like
get
that.
my speaking voice.
You got a good speaking voice.
Okay, job description. What is your job? Where do you work? How long have you been working there? For, since, in brackets. What do you enjoy about it? Is there anything you don't like about it? Describe your workplace. Do you get on with your colleagues? What has been your biggest achievement? What other information can you share about your job?
Mm, okay.
Now, this is a discussion.
Yeah. So, guys, please do comment with your. If we can answer some of these questions, tell us about your job. What do you like about it, or not like about it? Um, and your workplace. Where do you work? Do you work outside? Do you work in an office? Do you work on the road? So, do you travel? Yeah. And what other information can you tell us about your job? For me, I'm a teacher and I work in Valencia, the city of Valencia in Spain, with some very lovely people. And I've worked there for 4 months now, just over maybe 4 months. And I like it a lot. I get to talk to lots of very lovely people. I have some really good students. And it's really good. We have a very nice workplace as well, I think. My favorite thing about my workplace, our school, is that it has a lot of natural light, which means that there's not lots of fake lights everywhere. We have a lot of windows, so we can have natural light. My old jobs always had offices where there was no natural light, so you feel like you're kind of closed off from the world. What do you think, Kaylin? What's your favorite thing about our job as teachers?
As teachers, even before I started to teach English, I've always loved teaching as a job in general because you get to see someone go from not not really knowing anything or maybe being like okay at the topic to being like amazing. Like in you know that you help them get there, but you also see them put in the work and see them reap the all the rewards from the work that they put in, like, you know?
Definitely.
Like I love watching our students here just learning, you know?
Yeah, my favorite thing is where a student, especially if they have struggled with something, when they finally get it and they have that little moment where they use a grammar structure correctly, or they remember a certain word that was difficult for them, especially for pronunciation and lower levels of student when they can pronounce a difficult word, and they have that smile. That's really like, I love that so much with my
Yeah.
students.
I do like that moment where someone just goes, oh, I get it. And you're like, yeah, you do.
Exactly, I love that so much.
I love it when I'm the one doing it as well.
I think I get as excited as them sometimes when they get something.
Yes, yeah. That's what I
Yeah,
mean. I'm like, yeah, you have it.
definitely,
Oh,
definitely.
nice. Francesca has added to her comments. I'll put it up here on the screen. I'm a photographer since 4 generations. Since
Ooh.
4 generations.
Do you mean that your parents and your grandparents were photographers as well? Normally, when we talk about generations, we mean there that if I am, for example, if I am a fourth generation teacher, it means my parents are teachers, their parents, and their parents, the fourth generation. So is that what you mean? Do you come from a family of photographers? Or do you mean you've been a photographer since, I don't know, 4 years ago?
Yeah. because we'd use four. When we're talking about generations, we would say like photography has been in like
Yeah.
our in my family for four generations. Because you would say
Yeah.
four because it's a number, isn't it?
Or you can say, I'm a fourth generation photographer. Okay. Which means that
Hmm.
you're the latest generation. Yes. Oh, that's exciting. Your family's, wow, there must be some amazing photographs in your house, in your family's houses. If you're from a if you're a fourth generation photographer.
Wow.
Nice. Ah, you work in your apartment. So you are used to working from home. You will have to give us all some tips for how to not go crazy. Good, nice. Keep posting your comments to tell us about your jobs. We want to hear.
Ah,
Ooh.
Cinzia. I keep feeling like I'm saying that name wrong. Cinzia. In English, I would say Cinzia, but I have a feeling it's different. Cynthia? No, that's very Spanish way of saying Cynthia. I'm a
Yeah,
shop assistant. I sell clothes. I've been working there for 10 years. I love my
nice.
job, especially when customers want my help. Um, what was it? I friendly and I'd like to meet new people. So there,
Yeah.
you're missing a letter there, and it'll be I'm because it's the contraction of I am.
I'm
But
friendly.
I feel like she just missed the key.
Yeah. I like good use of I've been working there for 10 years. Perfect use of for. For is for a duration of time, for 10 years, for 5 years, for 1 year. Since, we use since for a specific point in time. Since 2015, for example, or since the year 2000. Nice. Oh, Francesca says yes. So her great grandfather was a photographer as well. Wow.
Wow.
It's nice. I like that. It's very impressive. To be honest, I am a second generation teacher. Oh, wait. I'm a third generation teacher because my granddad was a maths teacher and my dad was a teacher. He's retired now. And my sister is a teacher. So I'm a third generation teacher.
Wow.
I only just realized that. But yeah. But I don't teach maths, my God. That would be bad for everyone, I think.
I think I'm the first teacher in my family.
Ah, okay.
The rest of them are all like military. Like I come from a very military family.
Exactly.
Oh, David
Okay.
Harrington. I work in a language school in Valencia. It's fantastic. Yes, it is fantastic, David.
It is
We love it there
fantastic.
too.
Ooh, Francesca I've had a photographic shop until 2014. Also, here is where you could use since. So you could say, I've had photography. So we'd say a photography shop since 2014. So for 6 years. Okay. So here you could say, I've had a photography shop since 2014, or I've had a photography shop for 6 years. Okay, those are the two ways you could say that sentence. Good. We've just got a couple of minutes left. So if you have anything else to tell us about your job, please do share with us now.
Was I've had on does she mean since 2014 or did she stop having a photographic shop in 2014? Because until
Oh, I'm not sure.
would mean is.
Yeah.
Let us know.
I think perhaps she has an online photography shop or something for since that she started in 2014. You'll have to tell us, Francesca, if you mean you've had a shop since 2014, so you still have it now, or if you worked in a photography shop um, back in 2014. What do you think? Ah, ooh, okay. So here we have I have had photography shop for 30 years until 2014. Ah, so here I had a photography shop for 30 years until 2014. So maybe your family had a shop the shop shut down in 2014. And I suppose now you work from home, you said, as a photographer. Good. But yes, for 30 years is the right way to do that. Nice. I think we have to finish up here. It's 10 to.
Yes, indeed we do.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's nice to talk about your jobs. Thank you for everyone who's been commenting. Yeah, and we'll see you for another focus soon, I'm sure.
It's lovely seeing you all commenting on our lesson.
Yeah,
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you, Cynthia, Francesca, David as well. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.